Hi guys, this is Luan Skaggs and welcome to the channel. Now to get started, you'll follow the link in the description down below and download the pattern. Now the pattern would be free for the first 48 hours. So if you guys are subscribed with your notifications turned on, then the patterns would be free if you get it before the first 48 hours. Now all the patterns on the site is to be downloaded. So even if you purchase a pattern, you could download a pattern and start working on your project immediately. So to get started, we'll take pattern number 1 and we'll be cutting it along this line. Now we'll attach pattern number 1 to pattern number 2. Now I'm just using some Elmer's glue to attach it. Now all we do is line up the lines, and using the liquid glue, it gives you some time to play around with it to make sure that you get it just right. Now we'll cut out the entire shape. Now we'll do the same thing for pattern number 3. We'll cut it out from the paper. Now we'll trace the patterns onto a scrap piece of poster board and cut it out. Now if you don't have poster board, you could use cardboard. That is completely fine. Now to cut out the pattern from the foam board, I'm using an X-Acto knife. Now you could use whatever you want to cut it out. This works much better in my opinion. Or you could use a razor blade, that works fine as well. Now we'll do the same for all the other pieces and then we'll come back. Now I'll be using these gold gift bags that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Now if you guys can't find these, you could use gold spray paint to spray paint yours. Now we are going to cut the bag open. Now we'll take our pattern, we'll turn our bag over on the wrong side and trace out our pattern. Now if we only want to use one bag for the smaller size, we'll cut out this part first and then we'll cut out this part second. Now to make sure that we do it on the line, we could cut right here and put them separately. Now this is how we could get the big and small pieces from one side. Now we'll cut out our pieces. Now we'll continue cutting out all of them and then we'll come back. Now we'll stick the two pieces onto the poster board. Now I'm showing you guys this one because the other one is just one piece and that is easy to do. Now I'm just using Elmer's glue to stick it onto the poster board. Now we definitely want to get the edges because we want the edges to be stuck down really nice. So we'll pay special attention to the edges. Now the edges tend to peel up. We'll press and make sure that it stays down, and once it's dry enough we could stop, and that's just how we glue these pieces together. Now we'll repeat these same steps for all the other pieces and then we'll come back. Now we'll take our pattern piece, we'll place it down and tracing the other side. Now we'll repeat the same process for all the other pieces. We want to make sure and know exactly where we're going to put our sequins. Now we want to cover up the sides. Now I'll be using these gold pearl wrap that I picked up from the Dollar Tree as well. I'll be cutting them into rows of 2s and sticking them around the edges. Now I'm going to be using these sequins from the Dollar Tree to fill in the sides. Now for this I'm using the hot glue and we're just going to use a section at a time. We want to really pile the glue up on it. Now we'll press the sequins into the hot glue. And while we're doing that, we want to shape the edges because we want to maintain the shape of our design. Now we'll continue in little sections until we're finished. We'll do the both sides and then we'll finish the rest of them. Now for the large one, we follow the same process. We cut out one half, we draw it on one side, flip it over and do the other side. Now if you get glue on the front of it like this, all you have to do is take something once it's dry and just scrape off the glue like this. So all I did was use some glue and water with this makeup brush, and then I painted it on to the sequins. So that would make sure that our sequins stay in place and it doesn't keep coming out in our home. So now we're going to let this dry and then we'll come back. Now once we're finished gluing on the sequins, I'm going to use this flower mesh shape wrap to glue around the edges. Now if you're not new to this channel, you should already have the flower mesh shape wrap. So I'm trying to use things that you may already have so that you don't have to keep going out and buying things over again to do these projects. Now this is what we have so far. We'll do the same for all the rest of them and then we'll come back. Now I was looking for the square mirror but I can't seem to find it right now. So I have this one and I have the wrong one. Now I'm going to try this one because this is between square and circle, so I'm going to try this one. Now you want to cut a piece of cardboard a little smaller than the mirror, and we're going to stick the pieces onto the cardboard and then stick on the mirror. Now we'll glue the mirror in the middle. Now we'll cut some craft sticks and we'll glue it in place to help the mirror be stronger. Now you could use command strips to hang it in place, but this mirror is light, so I'll be using double-sided tape. Now to hide the craft sticks, I'll just use some of these flowers right between there. Now you could have put the flowers onto the craft sticks and that would save having to put it to the front, but I didn't think of that before, so I'll place it right here now. We could improvise as we go. Now we could clean the mirror up and hang it up and see just how it looks. Now I created the same thing in silver, and the only difference is I left the both side clear because I wanted to use this on the side instead. Now I left this white because I think I like the contrast between the white and the silver. So I'm going to stick this on and you'll see the difference between this and using the sequins. Now for it to go around the curve, I like to cut one of the string and leave the other string attached. And because this is not such a deep curve, I cut every third one, and I did that for all of the pieces. And now I'll just glue it onto the sides of the poster board. Now we'll finish this one off the same way we finish off the first one. Now this is the silver and this is the gold. Now I really love how the both of them turned out. But let me know in the comment section down below which one you prefer. Do you prefer the gold or the silver? And which method do you prefer to do? The ones with the sequins or the ones with the mesh shape ribbon? Let me know in the comment section down below. You know I love hearing from you guys. So thanks for taking the time out to watch this video. You have a blessed and awesome day. Now if you like this video, you may also like these as well. See you in the next one.